Parent Cafe to me is when caregivers from any walk of life can come together and have meaningful, deep conversations with other peers that are involved with children. Anyone can benefit from attending a Parent Cafe. Anyone who is involved with a child can attend. I've learned that families all want the best for their children, and they're striving to learn the ways that they can provide that. It has changed the way that I partner with families in a sense that I've become more of an active listener when approaching the families to be able to provide them. My favorite part of a Parent Cafe is the deep conversations we have, allowing the parents to pick the question that they answer and then hearing everybody's story.
Parent cafes to me is a model of conversation for parents to hear from each other and learn from each other, while at the same time express areas or things that just unpack things that they may just be going through, and they feel supported and that they're not parenting alone. I think anybody that's in a parent role can benefit from attending Parent Cafe. I know for me, even being in the early learning field, my son and I recently attended a dad's cafe together, and I think it was beneficial for both of us. We both were able to have takeaways and learn from that, and I was able to listen to some things that he had to say, and some things that he was going through, and be able to help support him better too. My favorite part of a Parent Cafe is when the attendees can have those aha moments, those takeaway moments. It's like when that light bulb clicks, that they come in with a one perspective, but going through the time with the cafe, you can tell where they've really learned something and that they have a plan that they can take back home and implement right away. Probably one of the most impactful takeaways I've heard was at the dad's cafe that we've had recently. One of the dads that was there said he just was able to learn from the conversation around the table and hear different dads' approaches for a certain topic, and he was actually able to say he wanted to go home right away and implement that and have different conversations, or the way he approached conversations with his older children. So using the Parent Cafe model, we were actually able to take components of that and apply it internally with our own staff and having conversations around difficult topics. And I think that allowed a safe and open space and open dialogue that folks didn't feel like they felt they could express themselves openly and comfortably. I think Parent Cafes is a great model for dads because, just speaking for myself, I don't have that probably close support group, and I don't open up a lot. So just having a time and space designated just for dads to be with other dads is important, because we're not, oftentimes we don't maybe express ourselves like we probably should, but it does allow a time for just to be dads. We can be open and honest around guided questions, and we all have something to learn and take away from them.
Working on Parent Cafes has impacted the way that I work with families, or my staff work with families, because it allows us to remember that parents are also a really great resource for other parents. Parent Cafes are a psychologically safe space where family members can come and seek out information or glean information from other people's lived experiences that they can apply to their everyday life to help not just the parents and caregivers, but also the child and the family as well. Everybody who can affect the life of a child can attend a Parent Cafe, and I think that they will probably get a little something out of it. My favorite part about Parent Cafes is the fact that an adult can come into this space and have, first of all, unfettered access to other adults, and they can share without this fear that their personal story is going to be shared outside of the four walls of the meeting. My favorite takeaway that I've heard from the parent cafes that I've had the pleasure of attending is an uncle that I think kind of showed up to support his sister in learning and having this experience at the parent cafe. And he left saying, "Oh my gosh, I am also affecting the life of the children," and realizing that his role as an uncle is just as important as mom.
A parent cafe is a place where parents can come together and share ideas, values, and experiences in a communal manner. Instead of giving each other advice during the parent cafes, parents share knowledge and information. It really gives validation to the African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. As for me, it changed the approach at how I partner with families is we both learn from each other. I learn from them to receive information and how to better serve them as a family. My favorite takeaway from the parent cafe is that as a parent, you're always learning, no matter how old you are. Even if you have adult children, you can always learn something from somebody. Anyone can basically benefit from a parent cafe. Anyone who is around children, they don't necessarily, in my opinion, don't necessarily have to be a parent, but they can learn. They can learn valuable information regarding the care and maintaining well-being of the child. Besides the sharing of the meals, my favorite part of the cafe is probably going over the different protective factors. The entire cafe is, I really don't have, I'll take that, I really don't have a favorite part. It's just that all the components of the cafe fits together to benefit everybody involved.
What I like most about parent cafes is just how non-judgmental the environment is. You can really just connect with people, and you're there to just talk and share your experiences, and people are listening to you and you listen to them. My favorite part of the parent cafe is the reflections at the end, where I think a lot of parents come in and they don't know what to expect, and maybe think it's going to be silly or they're not going to get anything out of it. And then towards the end, you have your reflections of what happened and how they're feeling or what they learned. And it's really great to be able to see how their perceptions changed. My favorite thing that I've heard in parent cafes is that you're not alone. I think that everybody kind of feels that they're alone in their own, struggles. And it's really nice to be able to sit with other people and realize that we're all sharing these experiences together.